The second of 6 events in the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating, Skate Canada, features individual showdowns of Olympic proportions. Michelle Kwan, the 4-time world champion and winner of last week's Skate America, squares off with her longtime Russian rival, Irina Slutskaya, the world silver medalist, and 16-year-old American Sarah Hughes, fresh off an extremely close second-place finish to Michelle last week. The men are led by Alexei Yagudin, the world champ 3 times over. He kicks off his Olympic run against 2 of skating's elite veterans, Todd Eldridge, the 30-year-old with 5 U.S. titles to his name, and Canadian Elvis Stojko, who owned the world title for 3 years in the 90s. Plus, we'll have the pairs and ice dance as the short programs from Skate Canada come your way next. The sun is beginning to set on the final days of autumn, and whatever warmth is left outside here in the farmland of Western Canada, the city of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. And the Canadian Geese, no doubt, making their way to the action inside the arena, making a pit stop on the soon-to-be-frozen South Saskatchewan River for the moment as we welcome you inside Saskatoon Place for the most prestigious international event ever held in this city, Skate Canada. And hi, everybody, I'm Terry Gannon. The field here at Skate Canada absolutely loaded with Olympic hopefuls. Names like Kwan, Slutskaya, Hughes for the men, Eldridge, Stojko, and, of course, Alexei Yagudin, the 3-time world champion. We'll have the short programs tonight from all 4 disciplines, the men, the ladies, the pairs, and the ice dancers. In this, the second event in the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating. And here's how the Grand Prix works. There are a series of 6 competitions over the next 6 weeks on 3 different continents. The top skaters can skate up to 3 times in the series, but only 2 of those actually count in the standings. And then the points are tallied up at the end, and the top 6 from each discipline move on to the Grand Prix final, which is up here in Canada. And our coverage of that begins December 15th in prime time over on ABC Sports. We welcome in Olympic champion Peggy Fleming right now. And what about this ladies field? You've got the top 3 from the World Championships last year, the entire podium, and this is really an Olympic preview.
Well, Terry, each one of these ladies is very aware of what this showdown means. From the very first practice this week, Michelle Kwan has looked very competitive, putting emotion into her run-throughs and pushing herself technically. I really think having Irina Slutskaya in her practice groups sparks Michelle, but it will take everything in her arsenal to defeat this talented Russian. Irina has the edge right now with great programs and superior jumps. But now throw into the mix this amazing 16-year-old American Sarah Hughes, and you've got an explosive rivalry that will lead one of these 3 to an Olympic title.
Sarah Hughes has been great so far, too. She came so close to upsetting Michelle Kwan in the first Grand Prix event at Skate America, captured the silver medal there. Dick, what about the men? Another great field.
Well, you know, this men's competition here at Skate Canada will be a partial mini-Olympic trial with 3 of this world's outstanding men, Alexei Yagudin, Elvis Stojko, and Todd Eldridge. Now, that's an unusual mix. Alexei Yagudin is 21, Elvis and Todd at 29 and 30 respectively. Both of the older guys were winning championships at the start of the 90s, while Alexei Yagudin, the favorite, only came into his own towards the end of the decade. But let me ask you a question. How much do years of experience, seasons of injury, and crafty competitive spirits help you? Well, both Todd Eldridge and Elvis Stojko don't look a day older, and both are still hungry. Now, my advice to Alexei Yagudin is, don't turn your back on them when they take the ice.
And we'll see the men out on the ice a little bit later. But up first tonight, the pairs and their short program. What a way to start, too. The reigning world champions from Canada, Jamie Salé and David Pelletier. They've got a precise strategy this season of staying very close to home.
We basically just been asking people that's been through an Olympic year, you know, what's the best advice you can give us? And one of that keep coming up was don't do too much, you know, don't travel too much. And that's what we did. We decided to stay on the continent. There's 2 Grand Prix here, Skate America, Skate Canada, and we're actually lucky because their Grand Prix final is also in Canada. So that would make it 3 competitions before Christmas, which is, you know, the right amount, and the Nationals and then the Olympics, which is, you know, very close to Edmonton.
Jamie Salé and David Pelletier.
They won't leave North America through the Olympic Games, not until the World Championships. What an advantage for Jamie Salé and David Pelletier. And I would say just a bit of an advantage being here at home in Canada for Skate Canada.
Very enthusiastic crowd.
Short program, 2 minutes and 40 seconds in length, worth 1/3 of the overall score.
Opening with a throw triple loop. Very solid, very steady landing, very smooth, in control.
The most difficult thing for pair skaters are the side-by-side triple jumps. Usually they aren't trained as single skaters, and something of this great difficulty is usually tough. But that was beautiful.
Now watch the exit of this double twist lift. Watch her arms over her head on the landing. Shows very good control and confidence on that move.
Nickel has put a great deal of humor into this choreography in this program. Beautiful unison on those, beautiful unison, turning at exactly the same speed. That's tough and always to be desired. This is one of the required elements, a circular footwork sequence.
They look very confident out there, and they look like they're having fun. They always look like they have a good time out there performing.
Nice turnaround and descent.
Final required element, this back inside death spiral. Beautiful position. Nice extension.
Cute, very cute number. Lori Nickel has a very good connection to them and really does a nice job. She gives them humor and romance and something extra and something special.
Boy, what a shock. A standing ovation for the Canadian champions, Grand Prix final champions from last year and reigning world champions, Salé and Pelletier.
And here was one of the crucial moves in this short program, these side-by-side triple toe loops. Very difficult for pair skaters to do because of the timing. They're having to skate right together. Their unison was a little off, but very nice. And watch this lift, this overhead lasso lift, where he takes her up in the air. Very nice stretch, good position in the air, nice transition, still hitting a very nice position and exiting and flowing out to this beautiful line.
And a look now at the panel of judges, of which there are 7 here at Skate Canada. And as always, there are 8 required elements in the pair short program. If you fail to do all of these required elements, there are deductions taken by the judges. And what about those deductions, Peggy?
Well, this is a range of deductions that can be taken on some of these moves. If you fall on a throw jump, there is a 0.3 deduction for a mistake like that. And stumbling during a step sequence, there's a range of 0.1 to 0.2 deduction.
5-8.
One Skate America picked up 12 Grand Prix points there, trying to solidify a spot in the Grand Prix final now. And presentation marks always high for them. 5/8 and a 5.9 from the Canadian judge. When we come back, the 4-time Chinese silver medalist King Peng and Zhang Tong take the ice. Back in Saskatoon with a reminder, Skate Canada continues this Sunday over on ABC Sports. Great field in the men's and ladies free skates, including Michelle Kwan taking on Irina Slutskaya. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Then you can see the pairs in ice dance free skates over on Lifetime at 6 o'clock Eastern on November 16th. Meanwhile, the pairs' short program continues here at Skate Canada. King Pang and Zhang Tong, one of the teams leading the surge of Chinese skaters onto the world scene. They finished 10th at the World Championships last season in Vancouver.
They have extraordinary potential, and watch his extension that he gets on his beautiful line. Opening element is the side-by-side triple toe loops. Most difficult thing for these pair teams to do. He squeaked out that landing.
This is always dangerous because from that height, she has to land on a single edge. Greater height, greater speed, and greater distance than almost any other jump. That's what makes it so dangerous.
She is 21 years old. He is 22. They're both from Harbin, China, one of the meccas of skating in China.
That move they do so well. She turns so evenly and precise in the air, and it makes it look so easy.
It's interesting to note he dropped out of that camel very quickly. I don't think he had good control of it, and maybe he doesn't generally, and that's why they only did 2 revolutions in it, which is perfectly legal, by the way.
But I think the potential is here for this couple. They look very beautiful on the ice, and they have some wonderful moments. These are a little bit weak. She could have more stretch in that position in the air.
They were the silver medalists at the Chinese National Championships last year. Their countrymen, Xue Shen and Hongbo Zhao, were scheduled to compete here at Skate Canada, but they withdrew because of an injury. Shen and Zhao, the 2-time world silver medalist.
Final back inside death spiral.
They have really wonderful technique, very strong high lifts, steady fast edges. I think they need a certain amount of charisma now to be able to show off this to a better degree.
King Pang, Zhang Tong, top 10 finish at the World Championships last year. That was a major accomplishment, and now trying to do it again on the international scene.
And here is a look at their throw. Triple Salchow. Watch her take off from this back inside edge, and watch how he almost is out of control when he throws her. But she gets nice height and a good solid landing. And now this move, I think they do extremely well. Watch it, the height that she gets. And look at her turning in the air. Very neat and very controlled on the landing.
Required elements for King Pang and Zhang Tong. 5-2, 5-2.
Tough to follow the world champions in Canada.
5-1.
Now the marks, first set for required elements, 5.1 up to 5.4.
The marks for
Actually 5.5, the high mark. The Czech judge.
You know, their technique was superb, and those marks do seem a little, you know, controlled for that. They really had fine technique.
5.3 to 5.5 for presentation for Pang and Tong of China. And up next, the American bronze medalists, the brother-sister team of Danielle and Steve Hartzell, take the ice when we return to Skate Canada.
For years, he has thrilled audiences around the world. Now it is time to say goodbye. We are proud to present this very special video, Best of Stars on Ice, Volume 2, Scott Hamilton's Farewell Tour. Call 1-877-94-SKATE to order this unforgettable tribute to Scott. Join Lipinski, Yamaguchi, Browning, Kulik. Only $19.95. This is the one video you will always treasure. Call toll-free 1-877-94-SKATE.
Representing the United
Welcome back
States.
inside Saskatchewan Place here in the city of Saskatoon. Terry Gannon along with Dick Button and Peggy Fleming ringside for the pair's short program as the Americans step out onto the ice right now. Danielle and Steve Hartzell, bronze medalists from the national championships last season. They won the gold medal back in '99.
And I think this is a good music choice for this team. I think it really emphasizes their positive sides of their skating, the power and speed. Their opening move, the double twist.
Again, the exceedingly difficult throw, triple salchow from a back inside edge. But notice the nice deep curve she had, that straight outflow. That was very solid.
And now these side-by-side triple toes. He fell on this move at Skate America. And
both
he
of them
messed up again.
Both of them had a problem. He with crossed feet and she turning out.
Mentioned Skate America, and the Hartzells placed 5th in Colorado Springs, picked up 4 Grand Prix points. This is their second Grand Prix event, and this is all that they'll skate in throughout the series.
It's called a lasso lift because it's almost as if he had a lasso and was whirling her up into the her up into the air. Good unison. Of the 2 footwork required elements, this one a straight line. And always in this move is the descent into the layback. There it is. The death spiral always must lay back from a straight position.
Well, not one of their best performances, having that mistake in the side-by-side triple toes. It's probably going to cost them.
But, you know, I think they're better and much more sensitive, their choreography particularly this year. They're not light skaters, but they did a good job this year.
The pride of Westland, Michigan, Danielle and Steve Hartzell.
It's the throw in the throw triple salchow that can kill you. Watch him lift her, throw her in the air, and look at that clean, wonderful curving landing. Now here on these side-by-side triple toes, watch them both. He crosses and turns out, and she doesn't make a very clean move.
For 8,
Johnny Johns, one of their coaches, along with Mitch Moyer and Jason Dungeon, former U.S. champ, of course. Now the marks, the first set for required elements. That's a pretty wide range, 4.2 to 4.8.
Well, they're also very low, and that reflects the mistakes in that one jump combination.
And the presentation marks now 4.6 up to a high mark of 5.2 for the Hartzels. So the Americans into 3rd place at the moment, right behind Pang and Tong of China, Saleh and Peltier, your current leaders. But here's the team that may be the only one here to really be able to press them if there's anyone. Tatiana Topmianina and Maxime Marinin from Russia. They finished 5th at the World Championships.
I think the simplicity of their overall look is really wonderful. You really see their skating because of all of that. Beautiful line.
We saw them in the first event of the Grand Prix, Skate America, where they came in 3rd, picked up 7 Grand Prix points there.
Now, the reason this is a throw loop is she takes off a back outside edge and no toe pin. Very exquisitely, tightly, and cleanly done.
And they are known for their side-by-side jumps. They attribute their strength because of their background and in single skating. Very nice. And the unison was terrific. They were right on time. Beautiful controlled landings.
Now look at the unison right there. The turns absolutely perfectly together. That's exceedingly difficult to do. Again, this is a lasso lift. Watch him throw her as if she were a lasso, up and around and down. Circular footwork. Very heavy and sort of steady. Doesn't have fire or great imagination to it.
I do like this couple. They skate and flow over the ice so well.
I think the fact that they have long limbs helps them. Gives a very elegant line to the edging.
Yeah, they're probably the only people who live in Chicago not depressed about Michael Jordan coming back to play for the Wizards and not the Bulls. Recently moved there from Russia. Tatiana Topianina and Maxime Marinin.
And here is a look at one of the strong points in their short program, the side-by-side triple toe loops. Their timing was just perfect. Their landing very controlled. And this move, their pair spins, very nice, beautiful line. Nice change of position, good stretch.
They spent much of last year looking for a new coach. Eventually wound up with Oleg Vasilyev, the '84 Olympic Paris champion. And that precipitated their move to Chicago. Required element marks 5.5 to 5.7.
Very commendable.
5.7, 5.5, 5.7.
Presentation marks 5.5 to 5.7. Similar marks there too. Into second place. When we come back, the young American team takes the ice. Stephanie Kalsavich and Aaron Parchip are next. Welcome back to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Don't forget, short programs underway here at Skate Canada. You can see the men and the ladies skate for gold this Sunday over on ABC Sports. The podium from last year's World Championships. Michelle Kwan, Irina Slutskaya, and Sarah Hughes skating for gold in the ladies free skate. Skate Canada, 4 p.m. Eastern this Sunday over on ABC Sports. Meanwhile, Saleh and Peltier still lead here in the pair short program ahead of Topianina and Marinin, Pang and Tong of China. But here is the American pair stepping out on the ice. Stephanie Kalsavich and Aaron Parchip, the 2000 U.S. Junior champions. Some little wing from Stevie Ray Vaughan.
have a very nice flair to their skating. They are opening with a throw triple Salchow. Watch this back inside edge that she'll take off on as he throws her into the air. Not a whole lot of height, therefore she didn't complete that landing so she could, you know, check out and have a nice smooth position on the landing.
Checking out means holding the rotation, stopping it. And usually when you're landing on a right edge, it means holding the right shoulder back. Watch here as they check these landings. See, the shoulders were straight there.
His team went to the Goodwill Games in Australia, finished 6th there. Last year they placed 4th at the U.S. Senior Nationals.
Very nice position in that lift. Good extension on her free leg.
Good unison. We're really seeing some marvelous unison in the side-by-side spins of the pair skaters in this competition.
Don't forget, we're just getting started here tonight at Skate Canada. Still to come, the men with Stoiko and Eldridge and Yagudin, and the ladies, of course, Kwan, Slutskaya, Sarah Hughes, the ice dancers as well, still to come.
Final move, a combination pair spin, changing positions, changing feet. The requirements call for that. I must say that was a very neat program, very neat and clean, and nothing extraneous, no flamboyant moves that didn't add up to anything. I must say I liked it. I liked their skating.
Well received too, as well in Saskatchewan Place. Stephanie Kalsavich, 17 years of age from the Detroit area. Erin Parcham, 24 years of age from Chicago.
Now, watch the landing. Watch the check of her shoulders. She gets good distance, very nice clean edges, but you see that right arm come around. She drops her back. She doesn't hold her back up, and she didn't check it. And on this lift, watch the extension that she gets, the stretch into the air. This is beautiful. Right here, look at that stretch up. That's a wonderful position. I think really one of the best of that lift that I've seen.
This is only their 3rd season together, too. Erin Parcham was a single skater until the age of 18. First set of marks for required elements, Dick.
Well, they should be very proud because that was a fine performance. It still needs excitement and maturity and all those things that come with it, a little bit of competition. But this was A+. I must say the credit was first rate.
And Peggy, presentation marks even better.
Well, I think they have a nice flair on the ice, and they gave it a lot of personality.
But at the top of the standings, the reigning world champs, Saleh and Pelletier, looking for their 2nd win in the Grand Prix. They're just ahead of the Russians, and in the Chinese team, the Americans, Kalsavich and Parcham in 5th, ahead of the Hartzels, which is a bit of a surprise right now. Susie Wynn is standing by with the current leaders.
Thanks, Terry. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Are you exactly where you want to be before you edge into this Olympic season?
We are exactly where we want to be. We're extremely happy with the way things are going. We feel very confident, and it's helped a lot with the move, and we're very, very happy.
Now, as you edge into the Olympics, 2 more competitions left. Are you nervous? How do you overcome those nerves?
Well, we got a plan, and if we stick to it, then, you know, you shouldn't be so nervous or you shouldn't have any problems. We don't care much about what the other guys are doing. We know what Jamie and David has to do to be the best, and we'll stick to it.
Well, good luck to you in the free. Look forward to seeing you. All right. Terry, back to you.
All right, Susie, thank you. Don't forget you can see the pairs free skate. They skate for gold as well as the free dance over on Lifetime, November 16th. beginning at 6 o'clock Eastern time. We're not done yet, just getting underway. Up next, the men take the ice. 3 world champions, Alexei Yagudin, Todd Eldridge, and Elvis Stojko leading the way when we come back to Skate Canada. And we welcome you back inside what is the largest arena in this province, Saskatchewan Place. Skate Canada continues here. We turn our attention to the men's short program. Now, through one event of 6 in the Grand Prix of figure skating, it's Timothy Gable, the reigning U.S. champ, who has the lead. He won the gold medal at Skate America. He's over Honda Abt Michael Weiss, currently in 4th place. Terry Gannon back with Dick Button, Todd Eldridge, Elvis Stojko, Alexei Yagudin. Not a bad trio here for the men in the short program. World champions all. And you might say, well, it's still early in the season, but Dick, you can never say that in an Olympic year.
Well, you know, you've got to remember that this competition takes place in early November. Now, the Olympics aren't until February. Explain to me, how the devil do you peak here and then sustain that level for another 3 months? I'll tell you, it's mighty tough. And each skater has to develop his own way, his own graph of tension, when and how to put the pressure on, and when to back off. Now, already Alexei Yagudin overtrained and blew it at the Goodwill Games. And Todd Eldridge refuses to perform his Olympic routine here, hoping not to get stale. And Elvis? Well, just watch the steady, careful route he takes. And also, while you're at it, don't forget the story of the tortoise and the hare, and who got to the finish line first.
Well, up first, the 3-time world champion, Alexei Yagudin. The tortoise or the hare, we'll have to wait to figure that one out. But for Yagudin, every time he takes the ice this season, he tries to put himself in that Olympic mindset.
So I just want to enter each event like totally prepared. And so far, I'm really good. But we'll see. I mean, this is life, so we never know what's going to happen. But just looking forward to skate clean and just to make it like as a practice for the Olympics.
Well, I'm not sure you can make anything a practice for the Olympics, even these competitions here, Dick.
Well, I think that's a lot of nonsense. I think they all are nervous as they come and treat this as just the most important thing for this particular moment in their life.
The world champion, 98, 99, and in 2000. He captured the silver medal at Worlds last year. Alexei Yagudin.
Always had a very dramatic persona. This his most difficult move, a quadruple toe combination, quadruple triple toe. That was a beauty. And did you notice how carefully he took it, the timing he gave it, the space he gave it? It's a triple axel. What makes this difficult is the forward edge.
At Skate Canada last season that Yagudin may have put together the best performance of anyone all season. A quad, 8 triples in his free skate, and a standing ovation.
Look at how fast the footwork is in this circular step. He reverses his positions, does toe work as well as fast turns. A very tight short edge into a triple Lutz jump. Now look at this straight line footwork. Wonderful stepping, wonderful. A lot of this is this support and interest and enthusiasm of his coach, Tatiana Tarasova. Here's a combination spin. final sit, change, sit. Cannonball position. Back sit spin. Very nice. Good drama. Wonderful. I call it dramatique. It's almost like it's so stylized. Very elegant. Very good.
Hello, Olympic season.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
You know, he lost all that weight. You mentioned the overtraining before the Goodwill Games and had a disappointing finish there at third, but he's put some weight back on. He looks like he's in as good a shape as we've ever seen him.
Yep. And happy, too. Yeah. I think happy that he skated well and did the best that he could.
Off to a great start here at Skate Canada on his way to Salt Lake City, Alexei Yagudin.
Now the quadruple toe loop that he does here, watch him step back, rise into this, land with a low back, but a nice swinging motion and a steady motion. He kind of has a tendency to land his double and triple jumps with a low back. That's not quite as elegant as it could be. But look at this triple axel. Now watch him step up into it, and then again watch the landing to see if he drops his back. You can't really quibble too much with that, but it does hurt the line. See there again, he has that little bip over. But some of the great fun in this competition and this program was this straight line footwork. Look at this. That's zingy. That's sort of Fred Astaire and his nicest as far as ice skating is concerned. Very tough to do toe work when you're on the ice.
And here are the judges. This is a panel of 7 working the short programs at Skate Canada. As always, there are 8 required elements in the short program. The quad, a key for the men. You don't have to try it, but it's almost a death wish at this level not to try it in the short. And there are deductions for missing these, Dick.
And they're all over the lot. If you fall on a jump, you can be anywhere from 3 to 4/10 of a point. If you step out of a jump, 2 to 3/10 of a point. If you touch down even, it's 1 to 2/10 of a point. All I can say is don't make a mistake.
5-8.
Looking as good as we've seen him, especially to start a year. Now the first set of marks for Alexei Yagudin. How about those 5-8s across the board?
Well, that shows nice unison, nice consistent thought upon the part of the judges, and it's specific. And so is that.
5 9s across the board. And Dick, if he were the first to skate, you might see some 6.0s up there. They always leave some room. Wow. That will be tough to match. But up next, Elvis Stoiko in front of a home crowd here at Skate Canada, more determined than ever in this, his final competitive season.
It goes beyond just simply winning a gold medal. It goes to personal satisfaction and something that I can feel fulfilled and leave behind and then move on with my life.
Don't forget, next Monday, our trip around the world continues. We'll be in Gelsenkirchen, Germany for stop number 3. The Grand Prix of Figure Skating Nations Cup. Current men's world champion Evgeny Plushenko heads the field, his first Grand Prix appearance this season. He takes on the reigning U.S. champ Timothy Gable. The short programs begin at 9 o'clock Eastern next Monday on ESPN. For more, log on to ESPN.com.
Our next competitor, Elvis
Meanwhile, we're
Stoiko.
underway with the men's short program, and what a start we've had. Alexei Yagudin nearly perfect, and now it's up to the king, who's back in the building in Canada, Elvis Stoiko, the 2-time Olympic silver medalist, 3-time world champion.
This music particularly suited to his style. This is his quadruple combination. First a quadruple toe. And a sit down. So it never got to be a combination. And of course, the quadruple wasn't completed.
Hasn't been able to do the quad in a couple of seasons, mostly due to injury.
But he's a magnificent jumper. This triple axel, the forward outside edge. That was neat and clean. sit spin. Good tight movement here. Straight line step. Lying open, axle sit spin. The second step combination, serpentine this time. Good speed, good energy. Final combination, first a camel, sit spin, and a forward scratch spin. You don't see many of these. And a back sit spin. Now watch him pull the back spin. Hands over the head, nice spin. Good combination. Well, except for that one bad error on that quadruple jump combination, this was one heck of a good program. Good energy, good, just precise skating and precise movement. When he has it, he has it. And he did tonight.
I think if you like powerful skating, it's been a treat so far. First, Alexei Yagudin, and then Elvis Stoico, two of the strongest in skating anywhere.
Good energy, good strength, good, speed. Really the best.
Last year out with an injury all the way up until the World Championships, a disappointing 10th place finish there, but Elvis Stoico back here in Canada.
Now the quadruple combination right here. Watch as he steps back, toe picks, gets up. Good revolution, almost out, but he just couldn't hold it or stop the revolution. And here on this triple axel, watch this forward outside. He's a dangerous forward outside edge. Wonderful turn and revolution on that. That was a good jump. And finally here you see the speed and the energy and this serpentine footwork. Look at the change of the arm motions, the edging, the jump part of it all together. This is tough going around and going in different parts of direction.
For required elements, remarks for
Elvis, of course, now
Stoico.
trains in Aston, Pennsylvania with Ushi Kessler. We'll see what the judges thought of that performance now. You mentioned the mistake, the fall on the quad, but
of course, that's a dangerous move, and it's also a very expensive cost to him. I think it'll knock him out of the, certainly coming anywhere near to the close contention. What I don't see, though, is in some of these marks is the real change in them. My gosh. Look at that. A 4.9 to 4.9.
5.2.
4.9 is the low marks, and it's
4.9.
hard to fathom. Up to 5.5.
I think that was pretty crucial right there.
5.7, 5.5, 5.6.
The first set for required out, 4.9, a couple of them.
5.5.
Well, those are low.
And now presentation marks 5.5 to 5.7 for Elvis Stoico. Bit of a disappointment there. Up next, the next generation of skater is represented. 17-year-old American Johnny Weir takes the ice when we return to Skate Canada. Welcome back inside Saskatchewan Place here in Saskatoon. Holds about 8,000 people. The men's short program continues with one of the young Americans here, 17-year-old Johnny Weir. Originally from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, he lives and trains in Newark, Delaware now. He came in 6th at the U.S. Nationals last year.
He's a long-limbed and very elegant skater. This is difficult combination of triple Lutz, double toe loop. Was supposed to have been a triple combination, but the lean on the first jump, I think, prevented him from getting the triple out of the second part of it. This the very difficult triple axel. Watch the forward edge. You see that? He didn't step up into the jump. It's almost as if he didn't jump up the stairs when you're going up. Didn't get the height. The spin steady, centered, and he's nicely down into a sitting position with a good back and a good stretched free leg.
Johnny is currently taking correspondence courses to get his high school degree. The 2001 junior world champion.
Cross-footed the landing, didn't get far enough around. I think the pressure here probably is quite heavy on him.
Not often that a 17-year-old like Johnny Weir is in the same group with Alexei Yagudin, Elvis Stoico. That's 6 world titles between the two of them.
Well, I wish I could say it was a stronger performance because I think he's an elegant skater with good line and good edging and some very nice movements and spins and positions. And, you know, I like his skating. It just was not his best performance.
Do you remember a time when you were a youngster on the way up with some big names in the same group or in the same event that perhaps you were a little intimidated?
Better yet, I can remember a time when I was 16 and fell all over the ice. It made me madder than the devil.
Didn't happen often after that, though. Johnny Weir.
Now, Johnny Weir stepped into this triple axel with a little bit more difficulty than he should have had. Didn't get the height, double crossed his feet, completed the revolution on the ice, and of course that killed it.
Since his junior world championship, he's had a tough summer. Broke his wrist, crashing into the boards, 4 other collisions at his practice rink, and shin splint. So it's been a while coming back from that. The first set now for required elements, 3.8 to 4.4.
Yeah, well, they're very low, but he made several major mistakes, and that was inevitable.
Now presentation 4.8 to 5.2 for the 17-year-old Johnny Weir. When we come back, it'll be the 5-time U.S. champ, Todd Eldredge, taking the ice after nearly 2 seasons away. Last year, he returned to eligible skating with one thought on his mind, capturing the only medal that has eluded him thus far throughout his career, an Olympic medal.
I think last year, coming back after having a couple of years of a break, if you will, it was tough at the beginning to kind of get into things and to feel like I belonged again. You know, to do the first couple competitions, things didn't go great, but you know, it was kind of a learning experience all over again for me. And you know, by the end of the year, I think obviously things turned out really well, and to make the world team, which was my goal last year, and to have the results that I had at the World Championships, finishing 3rd, you know, was definitely more than I would have expected going into the season.
Alexei Yagudin can kick back and watch the rest of the men's short program here because his work is done. He's got the lead over Elvis Stoico at this point, but here is the 30-year-old from Chatham, Massachusetts, 5-time U.S. champ Todd Eldredge beginning his Olympic season. 4th at the Olympics the last time around. He has yet to win a medal, and that's what he wants to do in Salt Lake City.
And look at how much time he took just finding his spot on the ice to start from. Jumpin' Jack, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
I laugh every time you say that.
I love it. But if he completes this combination, I won't laugh. It's a quad toe, triple toe, hand down, and a turn into the double toe. not good. There's a deduction there, too, sure.
Always a question as to whether Todd's going to try the quad in the short program, but with Alexei Yagudin being so good, it would almost be a concession that he can't beat him if he didn't try it.
Well, I like the fact that he did a quadruple and at least got all the way around and didn't fall. That shows good, solid evidence right there that he can do a quad. This demonstrates his real ability at spinning. Look at how tight the centering is. The spinning circles on the ice are right exactly in one spot. He's solid as a rock in spins. Watch the curves that he does here as he steps into this back Lutz. Very tight entrance, but a very poor landing. He just didn't hold the edge. Punched it around. That wasn't good. Straight line steps. It'd be nice if he could stretch out the legs there. That would sort of make those moves look a little crisper and a little more sharper. But watch this final combination spin. First to Camel. Now sit spin. Look at the speed he's getting. Back sit spin. Cannonball position. Up top. And a straight back scratch with the hands over the head. That's spiffy.
Does anybody do that better?
I think the back spin has been done by a lot of people well over the years. Yeah, Ronnie Robertson could.
No, I mean today.
Not that I know of, although I've seen some awfully good back scratches developing as a result of his success at this spin.
Todd Eldridge, 30 years of age. Last year, skated in a couple of Grand Prix events in Skate Canada. He came in second behind Yagudin. It's Alexei who has the lead right now. We'll wait to see what the judges think of Todd's effort here in the short program as he gets his Olympic season underway here in Saskatoon.
Todd was the oldest man to land the quad when he did it first in October 2000. But look here, he stretches up, he double toes the landing, he puts his hand down, and then of course he has to step out and do an extra turn to do the triple toe. Here on the triple axel though, he had good tight edges, nice height, and completed the jump just fine. Now on this triple Lutz, watch as he does these steps. Now here he is on a back outside edge, and watch this as he toe picks, gets up into the air, turns. It's not a good height. He's already in bad position as he lands on the outside edge.
The first medal that Todd won at the World Championships, it was back in 1991. Here we are 10 years later. He's 30 years old. He's won 6 overall, tying him with Hez Jenkins and Dick Button for the most by American men. First set of marks. Look at that, 4.8, the low mark, Dick.
Well, that's all right because he made, remember, one major error and one wasn't so very good. So that was the problem with it.
Presentation marks are better, though.
Somewhat better, but not as good as the rest.
So Todd Eldridge into 3rd place behind Yagudin and Stoiko. When we return, it's the final skater here in the men's short program, and he's a home favorite here. Emmanuel Sandhu, the Canadian champion, takes the ice next. Welcome back to Saskatoon. Skate Canada continues the short programs. Don't forget, the men and the ladies skate for gold this Sunday over on ABC Sports beginning at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And then November 16th, you can see the pairs and ice dance free skates over on Lifetime at 6 o'clock Eastern. The Grand Prix of Figure Skating, Skate Canada. 3 of the top names in the sport as your top 3 right now. Alexei Yagudin, Elvis Stoiko, and Todd Eldridge as the 20-year-old from Richmond Hill, Ontario, takes the ice. Emmanuel Sandhu, the current Canadian champion. From the same hometown as Elvis Stoiko.
And he is an exceedingly elegant, inventive, and creative skater. He can do a quad. I don't know if he will here, but if he's going to do it, it will be here in this combination. First a quad. Very nice, very nice. And a triple toe followed with it. He had trouble with that in practice. Isn't it nice to see here? And he's not been reliable in his jumps up to this point, and that's hurt him. But he is one spectacular stylist. Here's a triple axel. Good boy. Well, I really respect a skater who is talented and stylish and elegant and then can pull off triple jumps, particularly when they've had problems with it.
Started out as a dancer, actually spent 8 years at the National Ballet School in Toronto. His mother is from Rome, his father from India. They met here in Canada.
Now, this is a triple Lutz. Look at how short this back outside entry is right there. I think I couldn't quite see that, but I think that there may have been a little bit of a double foot there. But the heck with that. Look at this position in this forward camel. 8 revolutions necessary. Now watch this position. That is spectacular. Straight line footwork. Leave it to him to be musical. Circular footwork. Really. And a final combination spin. Good camel's position. Good sit spin. Great bend over spin.
This crowd couldn't wait to stand up at the end.
You know something? I couldn't either. That was inventive. It was original. It was unusual. He took gambles with it. But most important of all, he got through doing the really things, the quadruple and triple jumps that he's had trouble with and that are as good as you can find almost everywhere. I mean, I really take my hat off to this guy for this performance. Good for him.
It's amazing. After he hit that first combination, the first element, the confidence in how it grew and grew. What a performance here in this short program for Emmanuel Sandhu, the Canadian champ.
Now, this triple axel, watch the step up, the revolution, and the security of the landing. There he steps up into it very nicely, completes it, and has a good, smooth, outflowing edge. Nice. Now, this footwork, and look here how short that edge is leading into this triple Lutz. Usually everybody takes a long time to do it. I almost thought he two-footed it there. It was a little hard to see on our monitor, but I've got to tell you, it was a nice jump.
Now his coach, Joanne McLeod, has been there all the way through with him. Used to be the coach for Elvis Stoiko in his younger days. The first set of marks now, 5'6", 5'7".
Well, I think they could have even been more generous with that because the quality of his spins, which is not respected, were superb.
Look at those, though, for presentation, Dick.
And his presentation is some of the best in the world, and they are just not giving him the full credit for that.
Well, so much for the big three. Emmanuel Sandhu just crashed the party. He's right behind Alexei Yagudin, who is darn near perfect here in the short program. Stoiko is in third, and Eldridge now will need some help to win the gold medal. Standing by with the three-time world champion and leader is Susie Wynn.
Alexei, congratulations. A brilliant performance in the short program. You told us earlier that the summer was difficult because you overtrained. Here, you looked ready, happy, better than ever. What made the difference for you?
Yeah, I'm really pleased with my skating tonight. And what about my summer camp and the summer practicing? Yeah, I was doing more than I had to do, so I overdid everything in warm-ups, skating, thinking about figure skating, so everything was more than enough. And right now, I changed myself back, and I'm still the same Alexei, and I'm laughing, smiling, late to the practices, and just talking to everyone, and that's helped me, and that's, in fact, my figure skating, my skating in a good way, so right now I feel really good.
Well, you look really good and better than that. Congratulations and good luck in the free program. Terry, back to you.
All right, Susie, thank you. Can Alexei Yagudin hold on and win the gold medal here in his first Grand Prix event of the season? We'll find out over on ABC Sports Sunday afternoon, beginning at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. He has the lead heading into that free skate. The ladies skate for gold at that time as well. Not done yet here in Saskatoon. Kwan Slutskaya, that matchup still to come. But up next, the original dance here at Skate Canada. And welcome back, everybody, to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. The short programs here at Skate Canada roll on. Don't forget the ladies still to come. Kwan, Slutskaya, Hughes, the top three names there. But right now we turn our attention to ice dance, and they're on the ice warming up for the original dance. Hi again, everybody. Terry Gannon back with you. Don't forget, this is only the second event of 6 in the ISU Grand Prix of figure skating. Over the course of the next 5 weeks, we will see the reigning world champions in ice dance from Italy, Barbara Fusser-Poli and Maurizio Margaglio, as well as the team from France that won the title just 2 years ago, Marina Anasina and Gwendal Pézera. But here at Skate Canada, there's a team that hopes to challenge them later on this season at the Olympic Games for the gold medal. Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz. We turn now to two-time U.S. champion Susie Wynn. And Susie, what about Bourne and Kratz? There's no doubt here in Canada they'll get a warm reception.
Well, in the first phase of the competition, the compulsories, they received a standing ovation. No one even shows up for the compulsory, so it really set a new standard. They've just come out of a great win at Skate America. They look strong. They're venturing into new territory with their programs. They're a little more modern, a little more fun. But what they'll need to do to remain competitive with the Italians Fusar-Poli and Margaglio and the French Anasina and Pézera, they'll have to keep those programs developing, the storyline continuing, and it's got to be hot.
So far, so good here after the compulsory dance. Bourne and Kratz in the lead. They picked up, by the way, with that win at Skate America, 12 Grand Prix points, so they lead in that category. Right behind them here, the team from Israel and the team from France in third place. And it is the team in third place from France, Isabelle Delabelle and Olivier Schoenfelder, taking the ice first here in the original dance. They placed 13th at the World Championships last year. Two-time national silver medalists. This original dance, 2.5 minutes long and worth 30% of the overall score.
Their first rhythm is a flamenco. This is the side-by-side straight line footwork. Unison's important. Difficulty in the steps. Seeing the quality in the individual skating. Excellent unison. And they really push the innovation. Required dance spin has to turn 3 revolutions. Transitioning into a paso doble, the dance of the bullfighter.
There you go. Mentioned they were national silver medalists. They have had that spot for the past couple of seasons in France. And the gold medalists, of course, Marina Anasina, Gwendal Pézera, the world champs a couple of seasons ago.
Now in this diagonal footwork, the judges are looking for a variety of arm positions. This is a tango position. The dancers are allowed to work back and forth on the axis, which is a different ruling, making things look a little more interesting, offering more variety for choreography. They really take to the ice. They have a nice relationship with one another. And again, you really see the development of innovation.
Been together since 1990. Isabel's twin sister, by the way, Veronique, is also an ice dancer. The team from France, Isabelle Delabelle and Olivier Schoenfelder.
Watch here how they're working the heel of their blade, working the blade in a different way. That's innovation. Their unison is excellent during these twizzles, traveling turns on one foot, and it's sharp, as it should be for flamenco. This is an area that they've really improved on. They're becoming more comfortable with one another. You can see the difficulty in the variety within the footwork.
Good look at a couple of the judges working hard here at Skate Canada. This is, of course, the original dance. There are required elements, one of which is the music or rhythm. And this year it's flamenco, tango, paso doble, or waltz. And there are deductions if you don't do all of these required elements, Susie.
Well, a stumble or a brief interruption is a 1/10 deduction. A fall of one partner of less than 5 seconds, 2/10. Both partners falling down, 3/10. And if the woman is lifted too high and lifts, 1/10 deduction.
And now the marks. First set for composition in the original dance, 5.2 to 5.4.
Well, I like that 5.4. I thought what they did was creative, it was difficult, and it fulfills the requirement for the composition.
And the presentation marks 5.3 up to 5.6 for Delabelle and Schoenfelder. And next on the ice from Switzerland, Eliane and Daniel Hugentobler in 4th place after the compulsory dance.
Open with a tango. It's interesting hearing a vocal tango. Dance the only discipline to have vocals.
Team has owned the national title of Switzerland for a number of years. Saw them at the World Championships last season where they placed 15th. They do spend time training in the U.S. with Natalia Linichuk and Gennady Karponosov, the 1980 Olympic ice dance gold medalist.
They're a little far apart in the side-by-side footwork. They're only supposed to be 2 arm lengths apart. And it is hard to gauge that distance. What I would have liked to have seen from them is more dancing. During their stops, they were a little bit slow. They didn't really make the most of their choreography.
Brother-sister team. He's 2 years older. He's 22 years of age. From Switzerland, Eliane Hugentobler and her brother Daniel.
From the top, their unison is off. That's not a good sign, and they're not right next to each other. That distance really displays and shows the unison, and they're not able to do that.
5-0.
And now the marks, composition marks, 4.5, the low mark up to 5.1.
Even though that may seem low, I don't feel the choreography had a lot of meat and potatoes behind it. It's a little slim.
Wide range, too, on those marks. Presentation now, 4.9 up to 5.2. When we come back, the home favorites here from Canada, Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz, taking some chances this year, some risks that they hope this Canadian crowd will get into.
Last year we went to the other side. We went very dramatic, which was new for us, but we had to make a statement because we were out the year before that. And this year we just want to make everyone dance. And if you listen to what the ISU is asking after the last season, they want something that makes them dance. They don't want the dramatics so much. They want less of that and more real dancing. So I don't think it's so much of a risk because that's really what they're asking for. But maybe we're just taking a different approach to that, you know. But it's something I think everyone can relate to, of all ages. It's music that everyone knows, and you can't help but feel good or smile when you hear it. And hopefully when we skate to it, it'll make them smile more.
Welcome back to Skate Canada. The short programs continue here on ESPN. The men and the ladies skate for gold. You can see that over on ABC Sports Sunday afternoon. Don't forget that begins at 4 o'clock Eastern time. What a great field in the ladies free skate with Michelle Kwan, Sarah Hughes, Arena Slutskaya included in that field. 4 o'clock Eastern this Sunday on ABC. We're down to the final two here in the original dance. Bourne and Kratz, the 4-time world bronze medalist, will take the ice last. But here are Galit Chait and Sergei Suknovsky from Israel in second place after the compulsories, and they came in second at Skate America. They captured the silver medal, but that was their non-scoring event, so they didn't pick up any Grand Prix points there.
They opened with Malagueña, very popular, strong paso doble. Them stand out is their speed and strength. They're very equally matched in their ability. And he is as expressive as she is, and that's unusual. Quick, fast feet. Excellent unison.
You may know their story. She was born in Israel, grew up in America, though, and he was born in Russia, spent some time in Israel searching for a partner, but then ended up in the States, and they got together. 5-time national champions of Israel. Surprised how quickly they've moved up, though, in the last 3 or 4 years?
You know, it never happens in ice dancing, so yes, Terry, I have to say that it was surprising, but
how do you explain it? Because it doesn't happen very often in ice dance.
Well, they certainly have had great coaching. Tarasova did a lot for them. They've had a lot of support among the judges. The judges seem to like them. They've had great political pull.
Now coached by Natalia Dubova.
Terry, they skated this even stronger here than at Skate America. I think knowing that it's a scoring event, it really, you'd see in their faces, much more intense.
They've enjoyed this event, too, because last year they came in second, captured the silver medal. And this year, trying to upset Shaylin Bourne, Victor Kratz for the gold medal, who will be next to skate.
The speed in which they approach this side-by-side footwork really separates them from Delabelle and Schoenfelder. It's a little quicker, a little faster, and they have great control.
The 8-time Canadian champions, Bourne and Kratz on the ice, getting set to go next. And now the marks for Chait and Suknovsky. Remember, they were in second place after the compulsories. First set for composition, Susie.
These are solid, and the performance was solid. It was right there.
Where could they improve?
I've said it before, in their feet, the technique, but also having more control in the upper body and some of the holds. It gets a little bouncy.
Presentation marks 5-5 to 5-7. Chait and Suknovsky have the lead for the moment. So the team from Israel in the lead over Delabelle and Schoenfelder from France, but that may change. I might go on a limb here, but that might change. We'll see. Shaylin Bourne, Victor Kratz. They have owned the Canadian title for years, except for the year they didn't compete because of injury. And the music is no more. They'll reset it.
And Terry, this can work two ways. It can give you confidence, or it could set you back and put your confidence at an all-time low. But I think they're experienced. They'll get right back on track.
How would it give you confidence?
Because you think, well, something's already gone wrong, now I'll skate. You just sort of push through. Especially if it wasn't your mistake.
Relax maybe a little bit.
Yeah, sets you at ease. What's been fun about watching them is the confidence in their faces, their eyes, their upper bodies. They're right on top of this choreography. Now this is quite a transition. This goes into a tango. It's called cell block tango.
Squish. Cicero. Liptions. Pop. Thick. Squish. Cicero. Liptions. Thick. Squish. Cicero.
A little sense of humor. Sort of a offbeat interpretation of tango. I've said this before, this tango is a little tongue-in-cheek, and the audience loves it. I think what they can do a little bit better is really find the sense of humor and go all the way with it. Right now, it's a little bit held back, and it would be fun to see where it could really go.
Don't tell that to this crowd here, though. They don't care. They're on their feet. Shaylin Bourne, Victor Kratz from Canada.
A strong performance from top to bottom, but what was fun about this footwork was the intensity. Check out Victor. This is really one of the most intense times I've seen him perform, and that is fun to see. They've really improved in their partnering. They're strong in their upper body. See, their hold is very steady. That helps them in their speed. Their feet are very neat, and a little try at some humor.
He looked like he got into it more than usual, yeah. First set now for composition, 5-6 to 5-8.
They should feel really good about this. This program can develop for certain, but this is a great start.
Presentation marks. Crowd likes it just a little bit. Shaylin Bourne, Victor Kratz, first place ordinals from all 7 of the judges here in the original dance. So Bourne and Kratz have the lead going into the free dance over Chait and Sugnovsky. Delabelle and Schoenfelder from France round out the top 3. Bourne and Kratz will look to have some fun in the free dance and win their 2nd straight gold medal in the Grand Prix Series this season. You can see that along with the pairs free skate over on Lifetime Friday, November 16th, beginning at 6 o'clock Eastern. Still to come here at Skate Canada, the ladies take the ice. The top 3 in skating right now, Michelle Kwan, Irina Slutskaya, and Sarah Hughes set to go with their short programs next. Welcome back, everybody, to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Skate Canada continues, and the highlight of the evening straight ahead. The ladies about to take the ice for their short programs. Hi again, everybody. Terry Gannon back with you. The top 3 skaters in the world set to skate here in the short program. Michelle Kwan, Irina Slutskaya, and Sarah Hughes. No doubt the 3 that will battle it out in Salt Lake City for the Olympic gold medal. And Peggy, there's no question whether you agree with how it takes place or not. What you do here early in the season does have an effect on how you're judged later in the year. So what does Michelle Kwan have to do right here?
Well, Terry, this is Michelle Kwan's first meeting with Irina Slutskaya since leaving her longtime coach, Frank Carroll. And this face-off is a big test, both in Michelle's head and in the judges' eyes. She already lost to Irina twice this season, and at this 3rd encounter, the time has come to finally shore up to the flood of questions. Can Michelle do this without a coach? Can she derail Slutskaya's locomotive of jump combinations? And can Michelle hold off Sarah Hughes, the youngster from New York, who is now pushing them both? There's lots of questions, lots of intrigue, and so much at stake.
Begin to find out in just a few minutes here in Skate Canada. The short program set. And Dick, how about you? What's your take on what we're about to see?
Well, look, what we've got here are 3 skaters, each of whom is worthy of winning the title here. So what's my opinion? Well, sit back and enjoy it and watch it for what it is. Now, if you insist upon following the judging aspect, keep your eye on the following. First, look for the spring and the number of revolutions in the jumps. Next, watch the speed, the position of the spins, the centering of the spin. Finally, concentrate on the artistry, the music, the choreography, and the style. And last but not least, and this is the best part of it all, see if you can savor the skater's enthusiasm. Do they have joy of skating? Do they have a little joie de vivre in their performance? And if you can keep all of this in your head, you've got a better head than I do.
Well, the overall Grand Prix standings right now through one event. That was Skate America. Michelle Kwan captured the gold there. She has 12 points. Sarah Hughes right behind with 9. And Victoria Volchkova of Russia in 3rd place with 7 points at the moment. All right, so we'll try to keep it straight starting right now. Set to go here with the ladies' short program. Galina Maniachenko from Ukraine, the first to step on the ice. 20 years of age from Kiev.
Skating to a piece of music that has been heard quite often in competition, Schindler's List by John Williams.
The short program for the ladies, 2 minutes, 40 seconds, and worth 1/3 of the overall score.
She's opening with a triple Lutz double toe combination. Watch this back outside edge right there. Tack dropping in. Very nice. Not very high.
But again, she placed that so close to the corner that really what you saw was the advertisement on the barrier and not her triple Lutz double toe. It's bad placing in my book. But of course, it's been done that way for years. This is the next move, a triple flip. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Good position, good steady speed. She really has a very nice style. She's steady, she's secure, good edging.
I think her costume adds to her flow of line and accentuates this music very nicely. Sort of squeaked out that double axel. Very difficult jump on that forward outside edge. Didn't get much lift.
Now that's bad. That's not a good layback position, either the back nor the leg, in my humble opinion.
Galina's the reigning champion of Ukraine. We saw her at Europeans last year where she placed 8th, but a disappointing showing at the World Championships. She dropped 10 spots from the year before to finish 31st.
Combination spin.
Well, a very solid performance for her.
And I think even more than that is that she's a lovely skater. She looks beautiful on the ice and has quality style.
Former pair skater Galina Manyachenko getting things underway here in the short program.
And this was a look at her opening jump, this triple Lutz double toe, very close to the boards, as Dick said, but she did complete it very clean and not a real nice running edge out on the landing.
And a look at a couple of the judges here. There are 7 in all, trying to stay warm with the rest of us. We are in Canada, after all. As always, there are 8 required elements here in the short program. The triple jumps are always a key. And if you fail to do any of these elements, there are deductions, Peggy.
Well, there are a range of deductions, like falling on a jump. There's a range of 3 to 4/10 of a point. Stepping out of a jump is a range from 2 to 3/10 of a point. So each one of these elements are really crucial to the skater.
Now, there'll be 2 sets of marks, as always. The first 4 required elements, and the range on that first set, 4.6 up to 5.2.
Marks for presentation. 5-3.
Second set of marks for presentation, the overall artistry of the program, 5.1 up to 5.4.
And those are quite acceptable marks, and I think recognize the fact that she's an elegant-looking skater, an elegant line.
Next on the ice is a skater who you better watch out for. Fumi Suguri, 20 years of age, from Chiba, Japan, 7th at the World Championships last year, the 2-time Japanese champion. But with all the talk about the top 3 here, she could squeeze into that podium position.
And she's skating to Ave Maria, and she describes skating to this music like a dance in the clouds.
You know a little something about this music, Peggy?
I do. I've used it many times. It's beautiful. This was choreographed by Lori Nickel.
She's a fine athlete. Look at this triple Lutz double toe combination. Good height, good turn, very precise landing. The whole thing not an uneven edge.
Into this triple flip.
Did you notice how she just stretched the leg back at the last minute before the toe pick went in? That was good placement. This spin, very nice position. Not as graceful as some of the others, but certainly acceptable.
Very nice straight back in this flying sit spin.
And also a straight leg and a pointed foot. Nice quality here.
She could hold these moves out a little longer, have more stretch. This is where Sarah Hughes and Michelle Kwan do this moves so well.
Leaning to the outside of the circle caused that to lean out a little bit on the landing. But it was essentially clean, and I'm sure will be well marked.
She really feels this music. All the details of every emotion of this music is used so well. And this final combination spin, good speed, good change of positions. This final scratch spin.
Now, except for the traveling and that it wasn't centered there at the end, that was a beautifully done spin. A very tight leg, very good speed to it.
Beautiful number.
Fumi Seguri, who has left her mark on this event before, finished third at Skate Canada last year, won the Four Continents Championship last season.
And this was her opening move that she did so well. This triple Lutz. Watch her tap in and get good spring in the air and a good ride to the edge right into that double toe. Very solid opening. And this was her triple flip. Watch her do this three-turn right before the takeoff. She taps in, gets another good spring to that jump. Very centered, very straight in the air. Nice landing.
Yeah, she's doing all this with ligament damage in both of her ankles at the moment. It would take about 6 months to rehab, so she doesn't have time to do that right now. Required elements 5.3 to 5.5.
And those are pretty zingy marks this early in the competition.
Dick, how about these presentation marks?
Also good. Also good.
And very well deserved. 5.7. That's great.
Fumi Seguri very solid here in the short. When we come back, one of the favorites, Irina Slutskaya, who has no doubt been Michelle Kwan's greatest rival, but she has a very positive outlook on their relationship.
We're good friends with Michelle. This is nice, you know. I learned something, and I think she learned something from me, and I learned from her.
Our next competitor.
Welcome back inside Saskatchewan Place, and one of the headliners on the ice right now, set for her effort in the short program here at Skate Canada, Irina Slutskaya. 3 times the world silver medalist. She wants more than that this season, though. The 22-year-old from Moscow has her eyes set on the Olympic gold medal. She's already beaten Michelle Kwan in 2 unofficial events this season.
And she's been working with a sports psychologist at home to help her with her energy and her overall performance. Outstanding jumper. Watch this first jump, this triple Lutz, double loop combination. Double Lutz. Double loop. She was having trouble in the warm-up also. Just opening out on them. that triple flip.
Also, solid, tight revolution. But this spin, I mean, you know, this just still isn't up to this. She changes the layback quality of it by making it into a catch leg spin, and that, of course, improves it. If she had to do a layback position there, it would not be as successful.
She spins very fast, actually faster than what Michelle Kwan does.
All this arm movement is like flailing of arms. The movement doesn't flow out of the body. It isn't connected. It isn't part of it. And I think that hurts her. But the speed on this is very nice.
In a good position with her arms.
Positions are okay. They don't sing. Of course, could be better as a greater stretch, a greater arch, a greater arabesque position. Here, the spin, look at here, very good fast speed, bad position, but nice catch leg position. Stepping to a back one.
A little sloppy coming out of the end. Not her best performance.
See, I think the thing is she's improved a tremendous amount. She's really aware of the drawbacks. She's also got wonderful spring in her jumps. Overall, the overall picture is what needs improvement.
The debut in terms of the Grand Prix, though, for Irina Slutskaya. Last year, she did not lose all season long until the World Championships.
Well, disaster struck in this opening jump combination. The Lutz right there, 1, 2, not a triple, and also a double loop. Now, she needed that triple jump in that combination to give herself confidence and points here. This is triple flip, though. Look at the stretch back, good tight legs with nice back position, everything good about that. Here in the final combination spin, you see she gets good fast speed, centering. It's moving a little bit to the left, though, centering not quite as good, and it gets a little bit sloppy here, even though that's a very difficult combination, exceedingly difficult.
Marks for Irina Slutskaya.
Shana Gromova, her coach, first and only coach since he was 6 years old.
5-2.
First set of marks now for required elements. 5.0, the low mark.
Well, that clearly leaves the door open for anybody coming up with a really spiffy performance.
No doubt about it. Presentation marks now on the way. 5.6 to 5.8.
I think they're generous, but that's the mark they all saw.
But guess what? Fumi Saguri has the lead. Irina Slutskaya is in second.
Wow.
And Slutskaya may lose more ground because two of the favorites still to come. Michelle Kwan, the four-time world champ. Sarah Hughes, the world bronze medalist. But up next, Nicole Watt, the hometown girl here at Skate Canada. Welcome back with a reminder. It's stop number 3 in the Grand Prix of Figure Skating, the Nations Cup competition coming your way from Germany next Monday. Yevgeny Plushenko, the reigning world champ, his first Grand Prix appearance, and Timothy Gable, who won Skate America. He will be there as well. The short programs beginning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time next Monday on ESPN. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Meanwhile, here at Skate Canada, can you guess who's taking the ice right now? Yeah, one of their own, Nicole Watt, the 16-year-old who trains right here in Saskatoon. She is from Melfort, which is only a couple of hours from here. Canadian silver medalist, and quite a story.
She says it's just an honor to be on the same ice with Michelle Kwan, and she just wants to learn from her and watch how she practices.
She's only 5'1". She certainly appears to be a very long-limbed skater.
And her first jump is this triple flip. Nope, she's changed it to a triple loop.
needs this combination: triple Lutz, triple toe, triple flip, double toe.
As I said, only 16 years of age. Nicole suffers from juvenile arthritis. At times, she's had such swelling and stiffness that she's been in a wheelchair, but she says she's been very good the last 6 months or so. Has not had pain in the last 6 months.
But she has a beautiful style on the ice, very long line. Nice flow over the ice.
Spiral sequence, those could be a little more precise in character, a little more finished. Oh. Did you notice how she did not step up into that? You really need to attack and make that your own. It's like jumping upstairs. If you don't reach out for it, it's going to backfire on you. Spin.
She is just absolutely precious to watch. She's a little slow, rushed through a lot of her moves.
Just about a whole section of this arena is taken up by her family and friends. They're all here to watch her.
Well, if you had a daughter who did that, wouldn't you be here with everybody you know?
Absolutely. Nicole Watt of Saskatoon.
And here is a look at her first jump in this short program, this triple loop, this back outside edge takeoff. And she just squeaked that out. She doesn't jump very high, but it was very solid. And here is the triple flip double toe loop, and that was squeaked out too. There's not too much of a running edge in between those jumps. And that's not good. And here is her double axel, where she just did not get down in her knee and follow through to get up in the air, and just couldn't hold on to that.
4-0. Her coach is Dale Hazel. That's not him with her, by the way. He's outside of the shot right now. Penguin's about as big as she is. Required element marks 4.0 to 4.4.
And those were really not substantial enough to hold her in the top rank of this event. And that was because of the fall that she made and the double.
And the presentation marks. Nicole Watt has been an inspiration in this part of this country for her work with the Arthritis Foundation. We're coming back with Sarah Hughes, who's off to a great start this season, a silver medal at Skate America in the first Grand Prix event. And there was more than one person in the building that day that thought she deserved the gold medal.
And of course, everybody wants to win. And I came so close. So, maybe next time it will happen. And I'm just going to skate really well. I'm just going to keep trying to skate really, really well. And one day it will happen.
Disappointing so far for Irina Slutskaya, the world silver medalist. She is in second place here in the short program as Sarah Hughes steps out onto the ice. The world bronze medalist, 16 years old. That's it. It's hard to believe, even though we watch her on a weekly basis just about from Great Neck, New York. Current U.S. silver medalist as well.
The music is Ave Maria, the same as Fumi Seguri.
Opening with a double axel. Beautiful landing edge. Nice extension.
It's a very delicate jump.
Now comes her combination, this triple Lutz, double loop. This back outside edge takeoff, up to the double loop, very nice.
The only thing wrong with that is the very high leg going into the toe pick, but this camel, beautiful forward inside edge. Look at the way she stays on that rock solid straight leg.
And I love the arm positions, very airy, very long line. Triple flip, very solid.
Again, a very high free leg tapping into it, but it's made up for by the superb position of this layback.
Don't forget, the ladies will skate for gold. We'll have their free skate as well as the free skate for the men over on ABC Sports. Sunday afternoon starting at 4 o'clock Eastern.
Watch her extension on this beautiful spiral. Combination spin, wonderful positions, great speed, very steady performance, and she's very happy, as she should be.
Well, that was an exquisite performance all the way around, controlled, in place, style of it was magnificent, the speed of the spins was marvelous. It was a gilt-edged performance, if I've seen one.
Keep wondering when she's going to level off and have a bad performance, but every time out she seems to get a little better and better. Sarah Hughes.
After an exquisite performance like that, I hate to nitpick, but right there, the leg goes up very high in the tap into that. The rest of the jump, it's just unquestionably first rate. It could do with a little more height and a little more distance, but listen, they're wonderfully good. Again, with this triple flip jump also. That high kick is the only qualifying element. But this final combination spin, really perfect. Layback, 100%. Back sit spin. Now watch the stretch up, the catch foot stretch. The flexibility there is really magnificent.
Marks for Sarah Hughes for required
Robin
elements.
Wagner, her coach, alongside.
5.6, 5.
Marks, look at those.
There is such a gentleness, but an underlying power to her skating. She just really has it, and she gets the emotion of the crowd going, too.
5.7.
And second set for presentation, 5.5 to 5.8. The judges' placements. Sarah Hughes, only one judge didn't put her in first place, but overall she is in the top spot.
Our next competitor from the United
Danny
States
Kwan
of America,
watching as Michelle Kwan takes the ice here. Hughes in the lead, Seguri second, Slutskaya in third. The four-time world champion trying to at least change that perception, if it is out there, that she is staying in one place, and Slutskaya has had the momentum so far this season.
She's skating to East of Eden, and this program last year earned her 7 6.0s. It's a beautifully choreographed program. She's very confident with it.
That's an easy jump. Her movements are so elegantly smooth and controlled on the ice.
And now this combination, triple Lutz, double toe.
Oh, there goes that. There goes this championship right there.
You think so, Dick, already?
Pardon?
Do you think that blew the championship?
It blew this event.
The short program.
Blew the short program.
Well, that will cause considerable damage to her marks. Very much out of character of Michelle Kwan.
Remember, when you're in a low place in the short program, other things have to happen besides you just skating the best. Other people have to also come down.
But if you're in the top 3 going into that free skate, you control your own destiny.
Now this triple flip. She does. She has such focus. That's a real test to the competitor. If they make a mistake early in the program, can they just let that go and go on? And Michelle has proved that time and time again. Very nice layback spin, very unusual position with her arms on her back.
The key to that is that the leg is down low. That's the choice of the position. It was the best for that spin. This spiral, just wonderful.
A very unfortunate performance for her, but she still pulls it up. I mean, I think that this number is so strong. She is so loved by the crowd. It still comes off, but that damage that is going to happen because of that fall is going to be pretty considerable.
And the current leader, Sarah Hughes, backstage watching all of this. You got to believe she'll still be the leader when we get the marks for Michelle Kwan in a moment.
This triple Lutz combination was a disaster for Michelle. Did you notice the toe pick slip off the ice? She's leveled it off to the angle in the air and just was unable to do it. Here one, though, the footwork into the triple flip was fine. That was a first-rate jump. And in the near the end of the program is this layback spin. And note the difference from the way the other ladies do it. The hands and the feet drop down in the back. It makes an unusual position. And it's better for her, I think. Very good.
5-2,
Now for the fall, obviously there's an automatic deduction of what, 0.3,
yes.
0.4?
Falling on a jump is between 0.3 and 0.4.
First set 5.2 to 5.4. And now the presentation marks 5.7 to 5.9, and Michelle's in second, right behind Sarah Hughes. This has not been an easy event to judge so far, excluding the top spot. As we check the standings after the short program, Sarah Hughes has the lead over Michelle Kwan, then Fumi Seguri in third, and Irina Slutskaya will need help from someone else in the free skate to win the gold medal. Susie Wynn is standing by with Sarah right now.
Sarah, what an exquisite performance. Just coming from Skate America, how hard was it to pull a performance like that together?
It's always hard when you're traveling in between a competition and there's not really time to come down, but I'm feeling really great. I feel prepared, I feel ready, and I'm really happy about my skate tonight.
Now, going into the free skate in first place, how much pressure do you put on yourself for that?
I always put pressure on myself to do well because I know what I'm capable of doing, and I expect nothing less.
Well, congratulations and good luck to you in the free program.
Thank you.
Terry?
Susie, thanks. Dick, let's take a look at how the ordinals or the placements broke down from the judges between the top two here.
Well, there's one clear point. Hughes has a majority of first places, and that rules. Kwan is clearly in second, third, and fourth place on a lot of judges' marks there, but the simple rule is the majority of first place is the final control, and that's that in this very, very complicated scoring system.
Keep it simple. Michelle Kwan is over with Susie Wynn right now. Susie?
Michelle, second in the short program. You're not used to being in second. How are you going to get it all together for the free program?
I've been skating really well in the practices, and tonight was a big shock to me because I've been doing triple Lutz, triple loop combination, and to miss the triple Lutz, it was just like, okay, what's going on here? Stop the program, stop the music. And, you know, I just need to get myself in that comfort zone and just go out there and have fun tomorrow.
Has it been distracting? After Skate America, a lot of people in the media and in the public thought that Sarah Hughes did such a wonderful job, perhaps should have beaten you. Was it hard to overcome hearing that in this competition?
Well, everything is a distraction if you let it get to you. And, you know, Skate America, it was tough for me because I was going through a lot of changes, and I just wanted to skate well, and I did. And I was happy with the performance, regardless of, you know, what people say. And, you know, I went out there and tried my best, and I took what the judges gave me.
We wish you all the best in the free program.
Thank you.
Terry, back to you.
Well, don't forget, this Sunday, ABC Sports will have the men and the ladies free skates beginning at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Great showdowns in both of those events. Coming up next on ESPN, the Division II National High School Cheerleading Championships. For Dick Button, Peggy Fleming, and Susie Wynn, I'm Terry Gannon. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.